What's up, guys? Welcome back to Country Guitar Lessons, and in today's lesson I'm actually going to be teaching you guys 3 things that I think will help improve your overall guitar playing and actually help you to better understand what you're playing while you're playing. So here we go, guys. We'll dive into this and see if we can't help you guys out. Okay, guys, so the first point I want to make is knowing your guitar strings. Okay, so you've got 6 guitar strings on here. Well, what are they? Okay. So I want to explain to you guys what they are and how that correlates to my second point. So basically you've got an E as your top string, you've got an A as your second string, you've got a D as your third string, fourth string is going to be a G, fifth string is going to be a B, and then your sixth string, which is your bottom string, is also going to be an E. So basically what I'm getting at is you really need to know that and understand that before you're going to understand anything else on this guitar neck. So the way that I learned and the way that I actually memorized this was through a little saying, which is kind of crazy, kind of stupid, but from hearing it one time, it actually helped me to remember it, and I've never forgot it. And that is, elephants and dogs grow big ears. And yes, I know that is retarded, but it's so stupid that it helps you to remember. Okay, so we know the names of each one of our strings, what letter they actually represent, and by knowing that, we can actually play what's called the musical alphabet. So as long as we know the musical alphabet, we can figure out what any note on this entire fretboard represents, okay? So we'll start with our top string, all right? So from knowing our string name, we know that our top string is an E, okay? So we're going to play our musical alphabet starting with E. Okay, so basically here's what I mean. So when we hit that open note, that's an E. Okay, so our musical alphabet for E is going to go E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and then we're going to be back to E. Okay? So if we were playing the second string, it would be the same exact notes, but we would start with the A. So it would be A sharp, B, C, C sharp, and so on. So whichever string you start on, you have to know what string letter that represents so that you know where to start on your musical alphabet. So with that E, our first fret is going to be an F, okay? So then our second fret will be an F sharp. Then we're going to have a G on our third fret. So when you're playing a G chord, that middle finger is on that third fret for your G. Okay, now if we were on our second string and we played that third fret, that'd be a C. So that's why you start that C chord on that third fret. Okay, so moving on, fourth fret going to be a C sharp, or I'm sorry, the fourth fret on the top string is going to be a G sharp. Your fifth fret is going to be an A. Sixth fret, A sharp. We're going to have B. We're going to have C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and then E. So when we get to that 12th fret, that's what is called an octave. So basically the 12th fret, you're basically playing that same note open. So they're the same exact note. And once anything you play beyond the 12th fret, you just start your musical alphabet over. So on the top string, if we played 13th fret, that's going to be an F, just like 1 was an F. And you can utilize that on every string all down the neck and figure out what note is what. So I feel like that's something that's really important if you want to understand what you're playing. So basically what I wanted to do by teaching you guys those first 2 things was to help you understand the power chords. I know I had somebody that left me a comment wanting to know something about power chords. So in the last song that I actually did, which last Friday, I did the Morgan Wallen's whiskey glasses. And I utilized some power chords in that. So basically what I wanted to do is I wanted to teach you guys why I used those power chords. Okay. So by knowing all of the notes on the fretboard, we can pretty much play any song we want to play by utilizing a power chord. Now, I'm just going to kind of go over the major power chord, because there is major, minor, there's a few different ones. But the major power chord is going to be the same exact shape no matter where you play it on the top two strings. So on the top two strings, you can play literally multiple versions of each chord that you want to. And our basic shape, and we're going to use this shape from here to here on the top two strings. And you can play any song in the world you want to play by knowing this. Okay, so we know our musical alphabet, so we know that if we're on our top string, which is our E string, and we go to the 3rd fret, that's a G. So to play a G power chord, you're going to put your pointer finger on that 3rd fret, you're going to put your ring finger and your pinky finger on the A string 5th fret and the D string 5th fret. And that shape right there is going to be the same exact shape no matter where you put it. I can put it here, I'm playing a D. I can slide it down here on the 3rd fret, I'm playing a C. I'll move it back up here, I'm playing a G. I can move it all the way down here, I'm playing an A. I'll move it all the way down here, I'm playing a B. So that's why it's so important to know this, because just by knowing that and knowing that power chord shape, you can play any song in the world that you want to play. So that's pretty much going to wrap up this week's video, guys. I know I didn't do a country guitar lesson, but I'm definitely going to try to upload one of those here within the next couple of days. And hopefully what you learned today, as long as you just try to learn it and incorporate it into your playing and try to memorize, like I said, that musical alphabet and memorize those string names, you'll be able to play literally any song that you want to play using those power chords. So I appreciate you guys watching today, guys, and hopefully this will help you guys out, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.